anything that we say pertaining to this deen, right? If we say Allah says this, the Prophet Muhammad said this, right? We must have proof, points, or evidence, okay? And in Arabic, whenever you say anything in this deen, whenever you give any type of evidence, right? You must have what is called dalil. Dalil. Okay? Dalil. We call it the PPE. Right? Proof, points, evidence. Right? Proof, points, or evidence. Where's your dalil at? Where's your proof at? Where's your evidence to what it is that you're saying? Okay? So anything that we say in this deen, well, the Prophet ﷺ said this, Allah says this, we must have our dalil, we must have our proofs. And all your proofs must go back to Quran and Sunnah. We don't use conjecture in Islam. We don't use, well, I think, well, I feel, well, in my humble opinion. We don't use that in Islam. We use proof, points, and evidences. We use dalil. This is the Arabic word for proof. Okay, so if I say anything that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is the best example, my dalil, my proof, chapter 33, verse 21. Okay, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. That's just the introduction, the knowledges and the sciences that I've been taught. Inshallah, I'm going to share it with you. Right, we say each one teach one. Inshallah, you guys can learn, be better than me. You guys can teach it to someone else. Okay, inshallah, that's the goal. For you guys to learn, be better, and inshallah, pass this torch on. Inshallah. That's my intent to teach you. Nothing else. For you to learn this knowledge, be productive in society. Inshallah, be examples for Masjidul-Aqabah, be examples for this city, this side of town, and inshallah, pass it on to the other youths after you, inshallah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that He created different tribes and different nations. But the best of you on the side of Allah is the one who has the most taqwa. Okay, taqwa don't have no color. Okay, so don't let nobody make you feel that, oh, because I'm this or because I'm that, I can't be this. You can't be any man. You can't be a sheikh. So Allah makes the best of the best. It's about what you want to put into it, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says He doesn't look at your color. He doesn't look at your family lineage. He doesn't care what your bloodline is. He looks at your heart. So what's your heart like? Okay, that's where taqwa is at, right? Your fear of Allah. So the most taqwa, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will raise you in ranks. You just gotta want it. You gotta strive for it and want to be it, inshallah. Okay? What I like to do is just go through an introduction. When I teach an Arabic class, I like to go through the history of the Arabic language. Okay? Because it's a motivation. Okay? To motivate us into learning the language, inshallah. A lot of people think that just because we learn Arabic, we're trying to be Arabs. Okay? But what is an Arab? Do we even know where the Arabs come from? Where did the Arabic language come from? Okay? What lineage do they come from? Right? Did you know that the Arabic language is an African language? Who knew that? Raise your hand. Okay? Alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. So when you say I'm striving to be an Arab, it means you're striving to be an African. Okay? But this society, in the way that they bring, chaos and divide and conquer, they would want us to hate the Arab. But those are our brothers. We all have the same lineage, as inshallah I'm going to speak about, inshallah. So in speaking of the history of the language, we have to go to the lineage of Ibraaheem alayhi salam, right? And Hajar and Ismaaeel. Who all knows who Ibraaheem alayhi salam was? Okay, we know Ibraaheem alayhi salam was the Hanifa, he was the Muslimah. Most of all the prophets come from this lineage. Okay, Ibraaheem, same as Abraham. So if we go into the story of the Quran, chapter 2, verses 124 through 129, we find the story of Ibraaheem alayhi salam and Ismaaeel alayhi salam. So in chapter 2, verse 124 through 129, I'm going to read through it, inshallah. A'udhu billahi min shaitanir rajim. And mention, O Muhammad, when Ibraaheem alayhi salam was tried by his Lord with words and commandments, and he fulfilled them. It says, remember when Ibraaheem alayhi salam was tried by his Lord when he was commanded to do something. Does anybody know what test that Abraham was tested with by his Lord to do?
Sacrifice his son.
Sacrifice his son. Which son?
Ismaaeel.
Ismaaeel alayhi salam. Okay? So remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him a dream to slaughter his son. He fulfilled that. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said he fulfilled that. Allah said, indeed, I will make you a leader for all people. Right? The word he uses is imam. Ibraaheem alayhi salam said, and of my descendants and from my lineage and from the people that come after me, will they be of the imams as well? Allah said, my covenant does not include the wrongdoers. So even though a person could be a prophet or a person could be one of the righteous, it doesn't mean that this means that all of his children get a get out of hell pass. Okay? Just because this person is a prophet and these are the children of the prophet, it doesn't mean that they'll be in the same state as the prophet. There was 2 examples of 2 prophets that had 2 wives, that even though they were with prophets, they went to the hellfire. Who can tell me what 2 wives or what 2 prophets those were? Noah and Lut, or Lot. Who knows the story of Noah? Tell me about Noah. Do you know what happened to his wife?
I don't know what happened to his wife, but I know what happened to him.
What happened?
His people didn't leave him, so he turned on them, and then God had a little fish swallow him and take him all the way down to the all the way down deep.
Okay, that wasn't Noah. That was another prophet. You want to help him out?
He drowned them.
Okay. In the time of the prophet Noah, alayhi salam, right? Noah was speaking to the people for 950 years. Right? And remember, Noah was the one that built the ship, or he built the ark.
His son didn't listen to him.
Right. Exactly. His son didn't listen to him, and his wife didn't listen to him. Right? So Noah, alayhi salam, he lived 950 years. And after speaking to them for 950 years, he didn't give up. He talked to them night and day. Okay? And so this is an example for us too, that sometimes we want to tell people about this religion. We only spend maybe 9 minutes. Right? Some of us only spend 9 days or even 9 hours trying to call somebody to this deen that we give up. Well, I tried. I showed them the verse in the Bible. Well, I showed them this verse. Noah, he gave 950 years of his life to give to the people. And yet it said that many of them didn't believe. So Allah told him to build an ark, right, in the middle of the desert. And people thought he was crazy. They called him Majnun. And he told all the people to go into this ark, right? And so when the flood came, right, as you said, his son, right, he said, son, come over here, come in the ship. What did the son say?
No, he gonna go on the mountain.
He said, no, I'm going to go over here in this mountain. He said, no, son, but come up over here, come up in the ship. I'm telling you, come up over here, you're going to be saved. He said, no, I'm going to go over here to this mountain. So number 1, he disobeyed the prophet. And 2, he disobeyed who? His daddy. Right? As the brother was talking about earlier, you got to respect your parents. You got to obey your parents. Right? Not only did he disobey, but his wife disobeyed as well. Okay? And they were both drowned. So just again, coinciding with this ayah, it says that this covenant is not of those or upon those who do wrong. Okay? So just because your daddy could be the leader, he could be the imam, he could be this and this and that, right? It doesn't mean that that will define you. You still got to do what you need to do. You still got to do your deeds. You still got to be obedient and so forth and so on. There's one more story of another prophet and another wife. What story was that?
The story of Prophet Lut.
The prophet Lut or the prophet Lot. Who knows about that story? What happened with them?
I'm really guessing, but people in the city, it was doing Al-Fresnowwy, and Lut, I think Lut was going to leave the city, and his wife didn't go with him, and she stayed.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we have the story of Lut. Lut, or in English, is the prophet Lot. Okay. And these were the people of Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay. So these were the people of Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay. And the word Sodom and Gomorrah, this comes from the word sodomy. The word sodomy comes from Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodomy means to have homosexual relationships, man on man. That means to be one who does sodomy, from the word Sodom and Gomorrah. That's where this word comes from, to be sodomized, or someone who committed sodomy. That means to do a homosexual act. Y'all know what that is, right? Man with man. Okay, we ain't got to go into detail. Okay, those who don't know, ask somebody later on, inshallah. Okay, I'm not doing the sex education class. Okay, so in the town of Sodom and Gomorrah, the people were engaged in fawahish. They were doing homosexual acts. It said even some of the women were on women and women. So the prophet Lot was telling the people that this was something that was wicked. And remember, it said that the two angels came and they visited Lot, right? And what was so special about these angels? They were handsome, right? They looked good, right? They came into the city. Now these men, they was already tutti frutti, right? They was already tutti frutti. Now here come these two people they ain't never seen before. They come in here, they ooh, right? And they said that these two angels, but they were very handsome because angels always come in the form of men, okay? So they came to the prophet Lot and they went into his house. And it said that the people were banging on the doors. They was trying to get in, like, man, who's up in there? Right? He's like, man, he's trying to push them off the door. He's like, man, don't disrespect me. Right? He's like, what do you want? They say, man, you know what we want. We seen who came up in here. We trying to get them. We need that. Right? We need that. Lot said, man, inshallah, if Allah give me power, man, I'll keep y'all away from me. Keep y'all from disrespecting me. The angel said, don't worry about it. They ain't fit to get us. Don't trip. He said, but in the morning, right, I need you and your family, right, to leave early in the morning and leave the city because Allah is going to destroy the city. He said, and when you leave, don't look back, right? So when you're leaving away from kufr, when you're leaving away from disobedience, when you're leaving away from disbelief, you're not supposed to look back and have regrets about leaving it. So when Lot, he left his people, he left his city, right? He took his wife and his kids, but Allah had already told him, he said, but your wife, she's going to stay behind, right? All you're going to leave except that old woman, she's going to stay behind, right? So it said that in the morning they left, and when they were leaving, it said that his wife, she felt some type of remorse for her people. My people, well, those are my folks. So Allah destroyed her, burned her. Some narrations say she turned into a pillar of salt. Some say she was destroyed like all the other people. She was burned up. Okay? So even though she was married to the prophet, she lived with the prophet, she had children by the prophet, that didn't avail her nothing. Okay? So the covenant doesn't cover the wrongdoers. Okay? And so it said that Allah took the whole city, picked it up. One of the angels took the wing, picked the city up, the whole city, and turned it upside down and flipped it upside down. Okay? That's why they have the Dead Sea right now. The Dead Sea, nothing can live in the Dead Sea.
The one's like really salty.
Real salty, you can float in it and whatnot. Nothing can live in it. That's because of the curse of Allah on those people. Okay? That's why this is a very important sign for us with regards to, we live in this society where there's a lot of homosexuals and faggots and whatnot up in here. We don't get down with that. Not because we say, it's because Allah says so. And Allah destroyed a whole nation because of this act. Okay? So we say we're not down with it. We're not down with the LBGQ. We're not friends with them. None of that. Allah says to hate what He hates and love what He loves. So if Allah hates the homosexual, what are we supposed to do? Okay, alhamdulillah, rabbil alameen. And that's a part of Iman. Okay? Continuing.